Target acquired. Sending round. Kaboom. I live in my scope. What's up, my modern day ninjas? It's Falchion with you once again, and we are again on Warframe. This is going to be a continuation of J Law's subscribers' request on building a Warframe. If you remember, we had all the parts for Nyx, and we got those started. And it's been 3 long days, and finally she's ready now. So we're going to scroll down here and go ahead and claim her. But I'm also going to do something a little more here, so this video is going to be a little bit longer, and it's going to lead into a little bit of a series for you. And this is for you new guys to Warframe, if you're just getting started, or if you just got your next Warframe and you're building your new Warframe and you're looking for a little bit more information on the way to go to do that. In this series I'm gonna go through all of Mercury, all of the Mercury missions with you, and I am gonna do it in a way, as you see here. I'm gonna claim the Cronus, which is the very first blueprint that I found in the game. So, and then here the Burstin, which is a rifle that's similar to the very first rifle that you will get. It's not exactly the same, but it's as close as I can get now to where I am in the game. So we're going to grab that, and then we're also going to grab these Lex, and that's really going kind of off here, and that's the biggest liberty I'm taking in this, as far as I want to show you what it's like if you're using your new Warframe and you don't have many mods. Now I have a lot of mods, but I'm gonna play this like I don't have many mods. And so here we're gonna go ahead and grab Nyx, and once I grab her, I can still use all my high level weapons, but this is Nyx with all my high level weapons still attached. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of those, and we're going to use the unranked weapons. So this is an unranked Warframe. I'll be using all unranked weapons. So we're gonna looking for the Burstin. Here it is. It's a 3-round burst rifle, but it's outside of that, it's pretty similar, I think, in power and everything to what you start with, which is the Braxton, the MK Braxton, or what have you. For my secondary weapon, I'm going to use the Lex. Now any weapon with AK in front of it means it's a dual weapon. So there's the Lex, which is a handgun, and these are the Lex, which is the dual handguns. Now, like I said, you will not be able to do that starting off, and that's the biggest liberty that I've taken, but I really wanted to use dual handguns. I haven't really done that yet. And then the Cronus, which is the first, I'm pretty sure is the first blueprint that you're going to come across playing this game, and you're going to build it because it's the first thing and it's cool and all that good stuff. I didn't do it because I knew that I had other things coming in the pipeline, because I was able to play this game on the PC for a few days before, trying it here before I got my PlayStation or what have you. But that's Nyx all geared up. I took off, as you saw, my Sentinel. So this is an unranked frame with all unranked weapons. And the only really more powerful thing, I mean, they're all slightly more powerful, but I think the Lex are way more powerful than I think it's the Lato that you'll start with in this game. So that's the only really maybe overpowered thing that I have going on for me over you here. If you are just starting and you haven't picked your Warframe yet, I would suggest that you start with Excalibur. He's a really balanced Warframe, really good for beginners. I did not do that. I started with Loki. I went with my heart instead of my head on that, and meaning I went with the one that most represented ninjas to me. You know, I'm into the whole ninja thing, and that's Loki. Loki is like the ninja of the game, with Ash being up there as like a really ninja type Warframe as well. Even though they are all ninjas, they really imbibe that whole ninja feel for me. You know, for you it may be other Warframes like Rhino. He seems more like, I would say, a knight to me. You know, he's big, powerful, heavily armored, you know. So it's just, that's just a personal thing though. But here you can see I'm using the Aklex. Before I started off using the Burstin, got a couple kills with it. It jumps like crazy. I'm not used to that, so I'm having to adjust to that. These Aklex also jump like crazy. They are very slow firing. The Burstin, like I said, only fires in 3-round bursts, so it's slower than what I'm used to as well, you know, and not really a good, in my opinion. You know, everything here is pretty much my opinion, but in my opinion, it's not a good combination of weapons. You kind of want something that's going to fire in a fully automatic, at least one thing that's going to just fire fully automatic. You know, hold the trigger and you can rattle off a bunch of bullets. You know, but that again is going to be personal choice. That red orb there, by the way, is a health orb. Your health does not regenerate, except for in the fact that somebody on your team, whether it be you or somebody else that is on the mission with you, has the aura card that gives you more health. I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm sorry, guys. That blue orb that he just dropped up there is an energy orb. It gives you energy you need to be able to use your special powers. Mind control is the only one that Nyx has right now because she's just starting out, and I purposely did not go into the mod screen so that because I could do things to actually mod her up to where she has all her 4 main powers, and I already have all those mod cards as well. But I didn't want to do that. I want to give you this experience in the same way you're going to have it when you're first starting out. So you're not going to have any of those mod cards except for any Warframe's first power, whoever you start out with, whether it be Loki or Excalibur or Mag. You will get that first power. It's free. It costs nothing to put in to a mod slot. So you are going to have that, and you are going to be able to use that. But other than that, you're not going to have anything else in. So as you saw, if you remember in the very beginning, a mod card dropped. It was a fusion core. Now that doesn't really, if you're just starting, that doesn't really help you out as far as what mods look like, because the fusion core is what you use to upgrade your other mods. So like mind control, which is her first power, if I wanted to make it a little bit stronger, and I can make it stronger 3 times, and that's something we'll get into later as well. Maybe I'll just do a video just showing all that stuff, but you would use fusion cores to do that. But let me tell you about these orbs, and let me tell you what the colors are. So the red one here is a health orb. It regenerates. It gives you a little more health if your health is going down. The blue orbs are energy orbs. They give you more energy, and you know that depending on what Warframe you're using and what mod you have, that lets you know how many energy points you can hold. Right now she can hold 100, which is, believe me, weak, but it's good for a beginning Warframe, to be honest with you. Here we're unlocking the doors. He locked us down. Now this isn't something that you want to do quickly. Like as soon as right there, that glow you saw was her leveling up. She just leveled up, ranked up, or what have you. So but like I said, unlocking doors isn't something that you necessarily want to do right away as soon as you find a thing to do it. Take the time to kill everybody in the area and loot. Now we were at the end of the area. I killed everybody to that point, and I grabbed all the loot that I could grab, so I moved on. But later on you'll see that they lock me down. I go around, I kill everybody first before unlocking it, and then I also go around and loot all the containers and lockers. Here we're using the Cronus for the first time, and it is surprisingly weak. Like, I don't know what I was really expecting, but it's a super weak weapon for me. It wouldn't be for you, because you wouldn't have had a much more powerful weapon to this point. But for me, after using my Orthos for a long time, it's just super weak, and I'm not liking it. But here I go back for some health and energy, and then we're gonna go ahead and move on. If you're running, you use stamina, the green bar up there, where you see the blue 100, and then if you look below that, you'll see a blue bar, which is your energy, and then below that you'll see a green bar, that's your stamina. Running or using your melee weapon lowers your stamina bar. If you slide in this, I remember when I first started, I was wondering why everybody is just sliding around like fools. If you slide, you're still moving fast as though you're running, but it doesn't cost you any stamina. So that's why people do that, and you're probably going to get into doing that as well, just because you're going to want to not be walking around all over the place, but you're not going to want to be giving up all that stamina to where you're forced to walk for a while either. So that's that. I'm soloing this, so I'm taking everything really slow, and you're going to want to do that too, whether you're soloing or if you're with a group of friends or like-minded people. You're just going to want to be able to grab everything on the maps that you can. Now there, I just used her first power, which is mind control. Which takes the enemy and makes him fight for you for a while. Now there's no other enemies on here for him to fight, so unfortunately that was kind of a waste. And right there I killed him. Well, I was gonna have to kill him anyways, but I killed him because the mind control wore off. So I'm gonna go back here and grab some more energy, top that off, and then move on. But like I was saying, if you're soloing, take the time to gather everything that you can. Or if you're with a group of your friends, talk it out. Let them know that, hey, this is an opportunity for us to grab everything we can, because it makes you richer in the long run. My boy McLovin is notorious for running out of credits, spending credits fast and running out. If you have a bunch of duplicates of things, you can sell stuff off and get more credits, so it's like money in the bank for you. So you want to grab everything you can. You're going to need things like salvage and morphics and nanospore plastids, just to name a few. You're going to need that stuff to be able to build new weapons, new warframes, all this other stuff. So you're going to want to have as much of that stuff on hand as possible, because you're not going to want to be able to, or get the opportunity to build something and not have everything that you need to do that. So when you're by yourself, you definitely want to just scavenge for everything that you can. Now we just use mind control on this guy again, and there's an enemy there, and I want to see how well he does, and he just got his butt kicked. Never bring a knife to a gunfight is what they say. Although I remember when I was first going through, those cleaver guys were just deadly to me. Like, I got killed more by those guys than I ever did by anybody wielding a gun. But apparently he's not so good against his own kind. But we'll check out mind control on somebody that has a gun a little bit later. But here I try it again, see what goes on, and his boy just instantly pops him in the head with a cleaver and kills him. So I'm gonna take over this guy, and suddenly realize that, hey, I ran back way too far. So this guy would shoot up my shields and then start taking my health before that other guy got to me. And as you can see, at this point, my health is up to 120, and that's because I ranked up. So that's why it went up more than it was before. As you rank up, you will of course get stronger, and depending on what rank you're ranking to, you might become stronger in the health field, or you might gain more shields, or you might gain the capacity to hold more energy. It just depends on what your ranking up to. So you be on the lookout for that as you play too. But here they locked it down, like I said, and instead of running and unlocking it, I'm gonna go around. I killed everybody in the area, and then now I'm gonna go around and just loot everything, grab as much loot as I can. When they lock it down, you can kill them and then kind of take a break, take a breather, regain shields, look for health orbs, or if somebody has that aura card, regain health in that way, and just grab stuff, and that's what this game should be about for you in the beginning, is just gathering as much loot as you can, farming. That's what you should be doing, whether you're with a group of friends or you're soloing. Now, if you're in with a bunch of strangers, chances are they're just going to be running through, and you're not going to have time to do all that, and that's very unfortunate. We are on the PlayStation 4, and guys, man, I suggest using those mics. I really hope everybody just gets into that mindset. I understand that a lot of guys came over from the computer, and on the computer they don't talk to one another. It's just a very rare thing. It's not that easy for them to talk to one another, because especially if it's a bunch of strangers, you're not going to be on TeamSpeak or something like that. But we're on the PlayStation. It came with a mic this time. Everybody has one. No matter what you think of it, use it. It'll make for a much better experience, and it'll get you friends. And by the way, if you're doing this, if you're new, if you're not new, whatever, if you're watching this video and you're looking for somebody to do missions with you, hit me up, Falchion757 on the PlayStation. I'll be glad to run missions with you. I'm always looking for more people to hang out with, to build a bigger crew. We got a clan dojo, so even if you don't want to join the clan, I can invite you up to the dojo and we can trade. If I have spare stuff that you need, I can hook you up, whatever, and you can just give me your whatever little crappy stuff that you have. I'm not looking to profit off anybody. That's not what this is about. This is about trying to help everybody I can to have the best Warframes that they can have. I want this to be fun. I want everybody playing this. It's a free to play game. You can play it that way where you never ever have to spend a dime. Or I have spent some money, bought some platinum on this game to be able to do things that I didn't have to, and I could have just farmed or gone on like Necros is the big thing. I bought a Necros with platinum. I could have waited and farmed his parts just like any other Warframe, but I wanted to, show some love to DE because it's a great game, and I want to show them some support. But you don't have to do that, and that's really well off of any point here. I just want to help everybody out. I want everybody to be helping everybody out. So, I've had some help in this game, and so it's definitely time to pay it forward as much as I possibly can. So here we're at the end of the mission. I've already killed everybody. I've actually killed everybody a while ago. And this is where you get into your little pod and fly off on your ship here. And so next, after this, I'm going to show you how to mod Nyx. But I'm only going to show you how to mod Nyx within the new rank that we got. I'm not going to put like an aura card on there, which would give me more points. I will show you what that looks like, but I'm not going to keep it on there. I'm going to mod it. I'm going to mod Nyx in the same way that you would be modding your brand new Warframe, from unranked to ranking her up through these first missions. And as you gather cards or mods, I call mods cards. So know that that's what I'm talking about when I say cards. But as you gather more mods and as you build up in rank. So here is the Warframe. That's the mind control that you get. That's the first power that you get no matter which frame you are. It's gonna be in there. It's free. It doesn't cost any points to place. Now, just above the mod card there, you see a blue line with a number 2. So I gained 2 ranks. I'm rank 2 now. I gained 2 ranks during that mission. So I have 2 points that I can spend. Okay, so that means any card with the number 2 on it I can use, or if it has the correct polarity, and the polarity is in the upper, the polarity symbol is in the upper right hand corner of the card. If I have a matching polarity, it will cost me half, so I can use any mod card up to 4. So here I'm using a 4, which is going to drop it down to 2, which means I've used all my points. Now, as you see here, there are different polarities. The one that we just used was the equal polarity. This one is a negative polarity. There is a V polarity, and there is a D polarity. And I call them these things because I call them by what they look like to me. One looks like an equal sign, one looks like a negative or a minus sign, one kind of looks like a skewed D, letter D, and one looks like a V. So that's what I mean when I say that. But and then here you can see, as I scroll through, you can see the different polarities, and they cost different amounts, and you can add fusion cores and other things, and we'll get into that at some other point. But you can make them more powerful. The more powerful you make them, the more they're going to cost you to be able to use. This is an aura card. It can only go in this slot here where you see it highlighted. If you put an aura card in, you will gain points no matter what. So if there's no polarity there and you put an aura card there, it's going to be whatever the aura card says. If you put an incorrect polarity there, like I did here, it's going to give you 2 less points. So there I would have gotten 7 points, but now I'm only getting 5 points. If you put the if that was the correct polarity, that 7 points would have become 14 points that I could have used for my Nyx. And we'll get, like I said, into that more later as we are modding her up. But here I'm going through and showing you, I gain 1 rank with my weapon, and you rank up everything separately. So you rank up your Warframe, you rank up your primary weapon, you rank up your secondary weapon, and you also rank up your melee weapon. So they all rank separately. That's why my Warframe is rank 2, because of course I'm using my Warframe. It's going to always rank up faster. And then depending on which weapon you use the most, you know, normally for me it would be my melee weapon, but I don't like the Cronus. But I am going to use it because that's, like I said, we're trying to show you these things. But depending on what weapon depending on what weapon you're using, that's what's going to rank up fastest. But everything is going to rank up relatively close to one another. So I got 2 on my Warframe, I got 1 on my primary and secondary weapons, and then I didn't get anything on my melee weapon because I only killed 2 people with it. But generally you would probably, like, if somebody ran up on you, you would probably just instantly go to your melee weapon. That didn't happen to me during that match, so I didn't really use it. But yeah, that's it, guys. We'll go on to the next mission for the next video, but thanks for watching. You know me, I'm Falchion, and I'm Ghost. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, especially subscribe, man. I want to build this channel. You know, I want to do things with you guys. So again, this is Falchion, and you know me, I'm Ghost. Later.